we can't do this without the station. You can't do it without truck loaders. You can't do it without hands, riggers, lighting people, sound people. Somebody has to get the stuff assembled. The crew can't do it by themselves.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
We've got a really cool interview, another super local thing here. We talked to folks from the Orion about running that facility and some of the shows that are coming up here soon. Adam is a stagehand, works at the Orion sometimes, so really excited to be able to share this with you. So here's Adam talking to folks from the Orion.
All right, y'all. You are still listening to the Valley Labor Report. This is Adam Keller here, and I'm excited about this next interview. It is a place that is near and dear to my heart, and I'm excited to welcome Alex on the Valley Labor Report. Alex, how you doing?
Doing good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, appreciate it. So before we get into why you're here, if you could just kind of introduce yourself and tell us, what do you do?
So I am Alex Craig. I am the general manager of the Orion Amphitheater. And we manage a pretty big team here at the amphitheater. We do everything from concerts to community events to private events, farmers markets, all that kind of stuff. Anything in between.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you're on the show because typically we talk to labor folks, right? So we don't often talk to folks who are in management. But that's a cool spin on this, and that's part of why we wanted to have you on the show today to talk about the Orion Amphitheater, where I have the pleasure to work often enough with IATSE Local 900, and it's been a really cool experience just to be a part of what this means to the community. So for listeners who haven't been yet, could you just tell us, what is the Orion?
The Orion is an 8,000 capacity outdoor amphitheater located in Huntsville, Alabama. And we do a lot of your traditional large and medium concerts, just like a lot of the other venues that people are familiar with around the country and around the Southeast. We do everything from, your standard, we do Live Nation type shows, AEG. We're an open room, so we're not connected to one promoter like some venues are. We kind of do all kinds of different stuff. So small promoters, up and coming promoters, large established promoters, nonprofits. We kind of work with everybody.
Right. And I gotta say, there's been some really amazing acts that have come through the Orion already. It's been what, 2 years now?
So we opened in May of 22. It's actually been, but this was season 4.
Wow.
So we're almost at the end of it, if you can believe that. It's, for me too, it's kind of flown by. I don't realize sometimes it's been 4 full seasons almost already.
Right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. So tell us a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes, what goes into setting up and pulling off one of these live shows.
So we have a staff of about 23 managers that do everything from box office to marketing to operations, production that you're really familiar with, Adam. And we also have a staff of anywhere from 150 to 200 part-time staff that manage most of the food and beverage, bartenders, bar backs, all the staff that sets up for the events, tears down for the events, sets up our park, cleans the venue, puts out chairs, everything in between, guest services, you name it. So we've got a pretty robust staff of full-time and part-time employees who are, for the most part, all local, all live and work. Some of them work other jobs in the local community. Some of them, this is their only job, but it's a pretty robust footprint as far as the local economy is concerned.
Right. Yeah, I know. And you mentioned the production work, and that's something that I've gotten a taste of working with Local 900, whether it's doing a little bit of lighting, working on the video walls, hanging the speakers, all that production work that goes into pulling off a live event. And it's really a special opportunity to be part of making so many people happy. Right. And I think that's the cool thing about what you do and what I do in very different roles, but in our own ways, coming together at the Orion to make a lot of people really happy.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time. There's not many industries you get to work in where you get that kind of dopamine hit, for lack of a better term, where you're able to especially on the larger events where you're able to affect that many thousands of people kind of in an instant. That first note when the house lights go out and everything kind of comes to life, and all of that work, some of that work that's gone on for months, maybe sometimes even years, depending on the event. And even the work of that day, whether it's the stagehands that are there all day or the food and beverage staff, where you're able to kind of hit that go button at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock and affect all those people all at once. It's a pretty unique experience.
It really is. I mean, and I will say, I had no idea what a stagehand was when I got started. I had never even heard of it. I could barely hold a wrench. And, they showed me the ropes and showed me what this industry is all about. And it's really, really amazing to see what comes in as a bunch of trucks. Like you said, by 7, 8 o'clock in the evening, it's just, an amazing setup, blowing people's minds with the lights and the video, and of course the music itself. So it's really a special thing. And like I mentioned, you've had some really amazing acts come through. So I'm just curious, do you have any highlights from your now 4 seasons at the Orion?
Oh man. They're all highlights for sure. I think for me personally, just based on the music I like to listen to in my personal time, and also the connections I've made with different people over the years that you get to see on occasion your paths still cross. I mean, Sturgill Simpson was a big show I really enjoyed. I always love when Widespread Panic comes to town. We had Stevie Nicks at the end of the first year. That was a big one. And we just had Alabama on Saturday, which was really cool to see that, and to see the original drummer come out and play the last song with him that hadn't played with him in 25 years. So moments like that, really stick out to me.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm just going to add to that list because some of the ones you didn't mention that have really stood out to me. I was a big fan of Modest Mouse in high school, and so they, gosh, I forget who they were even opening up for this past year or so. But
man, they were here last year, weren't they?
Yeah, they were here last year. Modest Mouse, I think maybe they were playing with Smashing Pumpkins.
I think you're right.
Yeah, and that was just a really cool experience for me. Like, my teenage self was really lit up by that.
Yeah,
I got to work on the show call for that one, and so I got to, be one of those guys in the corner holding a cable, and it was really cool just to see that. But the most special thing was when Robert Plant actually came backstage and said hello to all of us grizzly looking stagehands back in the loading dock, waved at us, said hello. And I mean, it's hard to top that. Robert Plant, once you've done Led Zeppelin, you're an all-timer in rock and roll. So just moments like that, to know that we have folks like Robert Plant and Sturgill Simpson coming through to Huntsville, Alabama. It's not something I would have imagined growing up here, and as a teenager getting into music. I was so jealous of places like Nashville and even Birmingham. So it's been really, amazing to see this come through.
Yeah, it's really cool when you have those moments. Of course, they all appreciate it in their own way, but it is extra cool when you have somebody with as much clout as a Robert Plant, right? I mean, everybody knows stuff. I'm like, that's Rolling Stones territory, right? And to have somebody like that takes the time to say hello or say thank you, to a group of people that he doesn't know, a group of people, but he knows what they did for him that day. So that's always cool when that happens.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
Something that I can experience just in my own level at the Orion is like the care and intention y'all put into it to make sure everyone has a great experience, right? From the audience to the artist. It's like y'all put the love into it, and it's really clear, it's evident. I mean, just a shout out to all the folks who cook the wonderful food at the Orion, because if you're ever lucky enough to work all day, you actually get to eat a little bit of that great cooking, and just see the cool space that y'all have built for folks. And so I don't know if you had any more to add to that, but like, how do y'all approach that, just the intentions of having a great experience for everybody involved.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the way you treat people matters, right? I mean, almost more than any of the other parts of doing business together. I mean, I think, money's great and being in business together is great, but the way you treat people matters. And that goes front to back. It's not just fans. Obviously, fans, you want to treat the fans well. You want to give them a good experience because that's your customer base. But in this business, your customer base is also the artists and the artist crew. So you might, on a given day, you might have 30 or 40 crew that work for the artist, whoever the artist of the day is. And those people are just normal people too. And that goes all the way down to the stagehands. I mean, maybe I'm a little biased because I used to be one, but I've always felt like we can't do this without the stagehand. You can't do it without truck loaders. You can't do it without hands, riggers, lighting people, sound people. Somebody has to get the stuff off of the 10 trucks and get it assembled. The crew can't do it by themselves. And it's this hierarchy, this interesting hierarchy that happens on a given day where you cram all these people into a building for one day and everybody kind of separately works to the same goal, but also like as one organism too. It's this interesting thing that happens where all these people come from different walks of life, different financial backgrounds, different what have you. And we're able to kind of just mesh all that together for 24 hours and pull this thing off. And then it goes out the door and it goes to the next town and it does the exact same thing in the next town. And I don't know of many other industries where that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it is such a cool thing to see all these different types of folks working together just to pull off this thing. And like I said earlier, and your end result is you're making folks happy. You're giving people memories that they can cherish for the rest of their lives. And that's really important. I know just my wife and daughter saw a show not too long ago at the Orion, and my daughter was just lit up for the whole week, talking about it and just having that experience. And so you're absolutely right. And one of the things that y'all do at the Orion, besides just concerts, is working with the community. So could you talk a little bit about some of the community events and the other kind of programming that y'all do outside of the traditional big concert?
Sure. So on our property, we have the main concert venue, but we also have a park outside that's part of our perimeter. So on concert days, that's just part of the concert perimeter. Ticket holders can come in there and get food, drink, listen to a pre-party or an after party. But we also utilize it for what we call community and cultural events. And that goes all the way back to probably 2019, 2020, when the city of Huntsville started talking about building a venue and how could they utilize that venue and that investment for more than just state-of-the-art standard concerts. Because most venues are just dark between concerts, which has financial repercussions, obviously. An expensive building that's only operating 30 to 40 days a year versus a venue that's kind of an extension of Parks and Rec and a quality of life program for the city of Huntsville, which to their credit, Huntsville does a great job of creating quality of life projects and parks and rec and things like that. So we utilize it for everything from the biggest one that comes to mind is a Hispanic heritage festival that we have every year called Cultura. That's thousands of people attend. We do art markets, Chris Kendall Market. We work with a lot of small nonprofits to do smaller events. We do a lot of food and beverage activated events that are small. We do what else do we do? Like humane society partnerships with different humane shelter, things like that. And also we do some things with some smaller local promoters. Maybe they're not interested or ready to do the large concerts in the bowl, but they want to do local festivals with local acts or regional acts. So it's also a way to kind of partner with those businesses, but also give the local and regional arts and entertainment industry a place to perform.
Right. Yeah. And I love that you can see Robert Plant, but you can also see local up and coming musicians as well. And that really adds to the whole scene here. And it's an asset to the community. So I know it's coming up on Labor Day, and we're getting, towards the fall. Weather will be cooling down soon, but what are some of the cool things that y'all have on deck for the rest of this season, and what should folks be looking forward to?
So we have shows all the way through the end of October. Kind of the end of October is usually our show season end. We've got 3 days of Billy Strings coming up. We've got an EDM festival called Breakaway Fest. We've got those normal things. We also have Cultura coming up again. Rocket City Pride, I believe, is October, I believe. And so we'll also do some Christmas, some holiday themed stuff in December. So there's a lot of stuff left between now and the end of the year, whether it's in the bowl or out in the park.
Yeah, I know the Billy Strings will be a big draw. I've heard people talking about that already. And he must have liked it to come back so soon and to want to hang out all week. So that's great. That's great. And where can people go to find tickets and just stay up to date on the events that y'all have going on?
Best place to go anytime for any info or tickets is theorionhuntsville.com.
All right. Awesome. So was there anything else you wanted to leave us with, Alex, about the Orion or anything else for that matter?
Just to say, like, it's been a great experience for us the last 4 years. It's been a great experience for me personally, me and my family and all the staff here and their families. And we appreciate all the love and partnership from the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we appreciate all that y'all do. It's been really amazing to make memories at the Orion, both as a fan, but also working as a stagehand and just being a part of something really important to the Tennessee Valley. So for all those folks out there listening, if you have not been to the Orion yet, please do make plans to see something. Get on the update list. Go to the orionhuntsville.com. Make sure you check that out. Get on the email list so you can stay up to date. So Alex, thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Adam.
All right. So that was Alex Craig from the Orion Amphitheater. Big thanks to them for pulling back the curtain on what it takes to put on a great show here in the Tennessee Valley. And of course, shout out again to my siblings at IATSE Local 900 for all the skilled work they're doing to help make these productions come to life. So if you want to support local jobs and support the local economy and enjoy some world-class entertainment, make sure you check out Orion at theorionhuntsville.com.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.